Okay.
So bumblebees live in smaller colonies of about 500, and honeybees live in colonies of tens of thousands.
My name's Kai, this is Josh. Welcome to video number 5 in this series, where we're having a chat, we're playing some chess. And if you've been watching the whole way through, the previous 4, then this is going to have tension off the scale, because it's 2 wins apiece in this little mini series, where we play a game of chess, and then I go through the analysis of the game using chess.com's game analysis feature. And we can do that because we're using the wonderful Chessnut Go e-chessboard, which comes in this lovely hard case when you buy it. It's this lovely, thin, super portable, travel-tastic e-chessboard that is super thin, it's super light, but it's super high quality, and it enables you not only to record your games when you're playing over the board, which is what we're doing today, but you can also play against human opponents on chess.com and Lichess. And there are little LEDs in the board, they light up and they tell you where your opponent's going to play, and you can play a game basically online, but rather than having to use your phone or use a screen or your computer or a TV or a monitor, whatever, you can play it over the board IRL, and it really does improve your over the board play. If you want your own Chessnut Go or Chessnut board, then use code KaiLife at checkout on the Chessnut website, and you get a really decent discount. And it helps me probably in some way. In fact, it does. I think I get some incentivized cash monies, and I appreciate you for that. Okay, should we do it?
What are you eating? It smells really good.
You're gonna have some.
What is it? Is it peanut butter? And dates?
It's Manalife cocoa dusted peanuts. And you're gonna have some.
It smells fantastic, I must say, even though it's coming out of your breath.
Game 5. Which is essentially our tie-break game, because we're 2-all. Let's do this. Okay, once again. Let's play chess. Okay, is Josh good? Yes, he is. Great.
Is that what I did last time?
Yes.
Sick.
All right. I don't know if this is an official book opening, but if it is...
What is a book opening? Is that the name of an
theory,
opening?
Yes. It'll be...
Or is it
from the book?
From the book, not the book opening, like the London opening.
No. I know that's what you're waiting for. Go on.
No, I won't do that. Was that here?
Yes. Go on.
I got you a little excited there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Only because I was getting excited for your excitement about this, mate.
Oh dear.
Hadge almost got you a gold mine.
I'll put the queen there. Bring your queen out.
I am.
She's going to want some. She's going to want some.
Wow, who's going to get the W?
Yeah, I've done it again, haven't I?
You sure have.
It's crazy, man. Lord Almighty.
The key thing here is just don't panic. You've only lost a pawn.
Yeah, but now I'm going to lose.
Yeah, but again, I could get trapped. Yeah, see?
Okay, because if you take that, I'll take you.
Mm-hmm.
If you take that, I'll take it. Okay, it's not too bad.
This isn't nice though, is it?
No, I don't like that.
That's really not very nice for you. Check. I like your sigh, like, I can't believe I didn't see this coming.
Go on, wipe out my back line now.
No, now that I won't tolerate.
Why not?
Check.
Why not just eliminate everything?
Nah, I don't want to risk getting trapped in there. That's very claustrophobic. Nope.
Oh, I can only go here.
Nope. Can't even go there.
I've just got to take it with my queen.
Yeah, the king can't move anywhere. Safe.
Careful.
Well, I don't have to be careful. I can take it with the queen. But it's just whether I want to just take it with the pawn. What's the advantageous play here? Pawn or queen? Let's go queen. Well, I've got to say I'm feeling good about this final game now. I'm feeling good. But that could have been a dumb mistake to have taken that with the queen rather than the pawn. Bless you.
Excuse me, I did sneeze.
Mm-hmm. Pardon me.
Oops.
Not being dense, so it's the only thing I can do. Oh, nice. Nice. I didn't even see that. Well, not for the first time in this series. What a bizarre game. Okay. Oh. Oh, sorry. Take it back, sir.
What happened?
Take it back. Something's gone. Something has gone awry somewhere. This is the useful thing here.
Where does it say?
So let's set up this. Set up this sitch.
Wow, it's gone all the way back to that.
Yeah, apparently something's gone squiffy here, but we'll follow through where we were. So bishop there, pawn was there, pawn, yes. My knight, my rook was there. Ah, because your bishop couldn't take my rook.
Oh,
That's why I didn't see it. Okay, your move.
that's dumb.
Okay, this is a great. This has happened in one of the other games as well. I did this in one of the other games, but this is something that's awesome about doing this. So the game on here, so the top-down game on the app, won't actually progress if you make an illegal move, and the LEDs on the board will light up to tell you you need to move this piece back to here because it's in an incorrect place. So we just carried on playing, unaware that that was an illegal move, but then looking at this, it reminds us where the pieces are going to be. Now, most of the reason that I did that explanation was just to redress some of the imbalance on the clock, because a lot of that was Josh's clock. Okay, all right, let's carry on doing what we're doing. So I went there, I'll carry on doing that. Not spectacularly out of this. Who's young Josh? Yeah. I see what you're trying to do. And I respect it. No. Thought you reverse pawn.
My bad. My bad.
That was great.
My bad.
That's one illegal move too far, bro. Rah, that's crazy. Ninja pawn.
It's a shame you spotted it. Could have been a great move. True.
Okay.
Huh?
Check.
Yes. Yes. Nope.
Not that one.
Nope.
Not that one.
That one?
Yep. That one is legal. Oh, it's checkmate.
Annoying game. That's an annoying game.
Jeez. Well, we'll have a look at the analysis and see where
It's
that
mainly
went
just
wrong.
letting your queen into
Yeah.
my back lines every time. What am I
Okay,
doing wrong?
What you're doing is your...
Can we set that up? I just want to...
Yes. So you'll hear as well that the chestnut go when I've got Josh in check, or if Josh, you've got me in check, the board beeps to let you know that you're in check, including checkmate. And if you're unsure about whether that's the end of the game, the app will tell you at the end their result: white win. Wow, what a series! 5 games, 3-2. But it's getting better. It's getting better.
Getting there.
Let's see what the analysis says. So yeah, stick around now because we're going to do an analysis of the game and take you through where that was won and lost, even though we know where that was won and lost. GG's, man.
Nice.
Sick. Let's make pizza.
Let's make some pizza. Oh boy, I'm hungry. Oh boy.
Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Not even from the start. Not even when I was 2-0 down. Never in doubt that I was going to come back and win that, obviously. Now, that was a super fun 5-game series and super close in the end. And I think in the end, the thing that helped me win more was preying on a patience. And I think Josh, by the 5th game, had... I think he just got a little bit sloppy. I don't think it's necessarily that I got better through the final 3 games. I think he just got a little bit sloppier, and we'll see that, I think, through this analysis. So straight off the bat, if you look at the accuracy, so mine was down at 75.6, but Josh was at 49.9, which is actually, that's pretty low. In fact, that's very low for Josh now because he's got a lot better. But we were both pretty pants in that one. And I think we're probably going to see that I missed mate in 1 or mate in 2 from the point when I mobilized my knight to help out the queen. I reckon I probably missed up opportunities. Anyway, no great moves from either of us. 9 best from me. I mean, there weren't even a lot of moves in this game overall. It was over quite quickly. 9 best from me, just 1 from Josh. I had 6 misses. There we go. So I reckon a lot of those are going to be mate in 1s. Just the 1 blunder from Josh. Yeah, questionable quality from both sides. But let's start the review. So started all fine. I played a Vienna in this. Josh, as always, as is customary for a Josh game, brought out his queen on the 2nd move. Straight away, the review, the engine's just like, well, that's a mistake. But hey, the engine doesn't know Josh. And I just carried on playing my Vienna here. This is an inaccuracy. So the engine actually wants me to bring up my 2nd knight. I guess that's just to start piling pressure on the queen. I don't really know, but I was like, well, I'm just going to carry on playing the Vienna. So anyway, very early on in the game, and the eval bar has me up. Plus 1 on the eval bar. Now, doesn't like me playing this move and bringing the knight forward, but I mean, this is twofold. I knew that Josh was just single-mindedly going for this. He was just going for this mate. And so I wanted to have the twofold thing of, if I brought my knight to the edge of the board, maybe he wouldn't notice that this is threatening this, and we just slam the queen straight in there, which would have been great. The other part of it, had he noticed, which he did notice, that I was starting to mobilize my knight up the board and that I'd do this, and basically all of that came to fruition, which was great. So the engine doesn't like this move and says it's a mistake, but this was planned. This is probably the worst move Josh could have made. And it has this down as a miss. And I mean, the funny thing is the engine wants Josh to move the queen over and threaten my G-pawn, which is something that I've been doing to Josh over and over, is basically getting my queen into a position, whether I'm playing as white or black, to just ransack his 7th, or his 2nd rank, I should say, but the 7th rank. Anyway, this is maybe the worst move he could have played, because the queen isn't really threatening anything from here. So when I saw this happen, I thought, oh my goodness me, well, I'm well set here because I can bring this forward and ultimately I'm going for here and then here because my bishop's already lined up. And Josh basically just played the game. So this is a miss. The engine hates this. The engine wants me to castle here. But the thing is, once again, this is a bit like my knight move here. Okay, this makes me feel better about the accuracy score. This is intentional. This is fully intentional because I'm not expecting Josh to just see this. And he doesn't. And I know that you shouldn't play, you know, chess shouldn't be played on hypothetical moves and you shouldn't be playing guess chess, but I'd sort of learnt by this point that Josh has a bit of a blind spot with defending this pawn. And he brought out his knight. It's a massive blunder. I take the pawn. Obviously, that's the best move. And it's at this point in the game where Josh says, I've done it again. Now, he doesn't see this threat. And I point out this threat after he makes the next move. And so his next move is to just line this up. I wonder if the best move actually here is to just bring the queen back because I can't threaten the knight. Yes, that's... sorry, I can't threaten the rook. The knight is hanging, but then I don't... is that the best move? Well, let's see. Anyway, that's not the best move. Once the engine wants the rook to move all the way over, if we're going to move the rook over, that doesn't happen. And so I play the best move. At the moment now, eval bar is at plus 5.5. And again, the game is as good as over here. Josh plays the best move, just moves the king out the way. Best move is taking the rook. That's, funnily enough, that's not the best move. Engine says this is not the best move. Engine wants this knight mobilized to just bring a bit more defense into the game, but you can completely understand. I mean, I would have absolutely played that. I take back the knight and put Josh back into check. Engine here now just wants a queen trade because queen blocks, I take, and bishop takes. Obviously, if Josh plays here, I'm just going to take the free pawn. But anyway, Josh doesn't play that. And so I bring my knight into play, which has a force move of queen takes knight. Engine here doesn't want me to play that move. Wants me to push my d-pawn, which is very interesting, considering that this just gets me a queen. Okay, well, anyway, that's a forced move. And then I had the huge quandary in game of, do I capture that queen with the pawn or the queen? The engine says pawn. And I took it with the queen. And I suppose leaving the queen up here gives the king no back rank escape. It would have made a lot more sense. I'm still threatening this pawn. Anyway, I kind of figured in the game, I know I'm up. I know that the game is pretty much over at this point. Josh pushes the pawn, obviously defending the bishop. That's the best move. And I'm waiting for the moment. It's not this moment. Okay, Josh brings out the knight. And funnily, if the engine wants Josh to bring the knight to the edge of the board. But I mean, I think that's fine. Not sure why I didn't see this move, really. And just landing that check. I thought there might be like a quick mate here, but no, apparently not. Josh is working his way towards winning a piece, and I play into it here because I castle next time. So I take the pawn, check. That is now mate in 4. Okay, so that king move there, rather than moving to the back rank, is mate in 4. So let's have a look at what that checkmate is. So it's, interesting, it's sacking the knight. Wow, okay. I would not have seen that in a million billions. Okay, that doesn't happen. So instead, I just defend the knight, and Josh moves back. And then I short castle, and that just gives Josh a bishop because of the fork. Again, I don't care at this point. I'm not, if I'm honest, I'm not really looking at any of Josh's threats because, I mean, I'm just so up. No, the interesting thing here is that in this fork, again, this is a little bit like earlier on where Josh took my bishop with his knight. The engine doesn't want that move, and I guess because it guarantees that Josh loses a piece, and he's already down pieces, it actually wants him to bring the bishop out there instead, and that does look like a strong move. Anyway, that doesn't happen. And the next move in the video, and I didn't show it in terms of the engine because the engine, or rather the chestnut go, didn't allow it, as it shouldn't. But Josh played that on the board. Josh played bishop takes rook with a completely illegal move, and neither one of us spotted it. And so we played a few more moves, and the chestnut go, as I explained, it won't follow the game if the rest of the game is based on an illegal move. So it just stayed in stasis. The game on my phone stayed in stasis, apart from the clock was still ticking, until I realised that it hadn't updated with any of the moves and realised that Josh had just made a completely illegal bishop move. So anyway, here's where we are. Josh plays the bishop move, plays the pawn move, still wants to play that bishop move though, the engine. +8 on the evaluation now. And now we're about to have a whole bunch of misses on my part. Now that's the best move. Obviously I'm trying to get my rook into play. I know that mate's on the way, and now that's mate in 2. And I don't know what I did next. I think I'm probably just trying to move the rook out. I'm assuming this is got to be part of it, is it? Yes, it is indeed. So I'm fixated on mobilizing my rook. That was just mate in 2. And that's because this bishop has now gone from being able to help defend this. Obviously, this bishop was defending this square. So that's a miss. That's a mistake because that's still mate in 2. For exactly the same reason. This queen move just basically begins that. But I'm just fixated on mobilizing my rook and getting my rook into the game. That's a mistake because it's still the same scenario. That queen move, still mate in 2. I'm ignoring that. I'm still just getting my rook into play. This move from Josh, neither one of us can see this mate in 2. So anyway, I play check, obviously threatening the rook. Here's mate in 6. This is now mate in 1. I don't know how I didn't see this at the time. I mean, that's the most obvious mate in 1 that I'll ever see in my life. Instead, I just deliver another check, which is a miss. But we all know that checkmate's coming. I take the rook. That's the best move in the position. It's mate in 4. Now it's mate in 2. Still mate in 2. Mate in 1. Checkmate. So, I mean, listen, I knew once that opening salvo was done that the game was over. But, yeah, did not see those early mates. Hence the low accuracy. But there we go! 5 games with Josh. Josh won the first 2 and put the frighteners on me, but then it's never in doubt. Never in doubt, won the final 3. Easy peasy. GG's to Josh. That was a super fun series, and there will be more of them with Josh and with others, so look out for those. And remember, if you want your very own chestnut board, whether it's the Chestnut Go, the board that I'm using in these videos, or the Chestnut Air, which I reviewed separately, then visit chestnuttech.com and use code KYLIVE to get a significant amount of pennies or pounds or euros or whatever your currency is and wherever they'll ship to off of your very own e-chess board. All right, until the next video then, my friends, take care, much love, and peace out, chess lovers.